Hello everyone, my name is Afreen Asmat and I again welcome you all to today's session. So today we are going to discuss Unit 7, Bankers Special Relationship. So let's start discussing this topic and this chapter. First of all, let's talk about what is mandate. So there are two important things in this chapter, a mandate and a power of attorney. First of all, if we talk about the mandate is an authorization, or you can say it is an authority which is actually given by one person to another to perform certain act on the behalf of themselves. For example, I have allowed my sister to just give a payment to a particular vendor on behalf of me when I am absent, and this can be done through my bank account. So this authorization is given to my sister via mandate. I have to submit a mandate in the bank instructing that on the absence of me or on the absence of mine, my this payment is actually authorized by my sister to this particular vendor. So mandate is very simple. It is an authority which is actually given by the account holder. In this case, I am an account holder in the favor of third person. In this case, this is my sister to do certain act on the behalf or on his or her behalf. Okay, now second, the customer informed the bank about the authority given to the third person. So it is what mandatory. So the third person, for example, I am authorizing my sister to give a payment to the vendor on the absence of mine. This should be informed to the bank. I am the account holder. My sister is called as a mandatory because I have given the authorization, and it is for a particular act. For example, it is for a particular payment on the absence of mine. This is known as the mandate. The signature of mandate is verified in the mandate letter. So the signature of the mandate means my sister's signature is to be verified by the bank. The mandate is normally for a short period of time because this is for certain acts. So this is not for a long period time. This is for a short period time. For example, once that act is finished, the mandate is also finished. A mandate ceases to valid on death, insanity, and insolvency of the account holder. If the account holder has any type of insolvency, if it is the death of the account holder or insanity, in all these cases, a mandate is what it ceases to valid. A mandate can be withdrawn anytime by the account holder, and it is an unstamped agreement. So these are the characteristic of a mandate. Very simple. Another stamped agreement, it is given in the favor of mandate to perform certain acts on the behalf of the account holder. This should be informed to the bank via the mandate, which is an unstamped agreement. A mandate is ceases to be valid if there is a death, insanity, or insolvency of the account holder. The signature of mandate is verified by the bank. The mandate is for a short period of time because it is for the execution of the certain act. Okay, now there is a power of attorney. Power of attorney is actually a document. You can say it is a stamped agreement which is actually authorized by one person in favor of another person to act or perform completely on his or her behalf. For example, I'm going to US, for example, and I have authorized my sister that on the absence of mine, my complete account should be handled by you. So this authorization is given via the power of attorney. Power of attorney is same as mandate with a basic difference. Both is actually a authority that is given to another or third person to perform. But the difference is mandate is for certain act, whereas power of attorney is to perform completely on his or her behalf. Second most important difference, a mandate is an unstamped agreement, whereas power of attorney is a stamped agreement. Third, mandate is for short period of time, whereas power of attorney is for a long period of time. Now, there are two types of power of attorney. There can be general or universal or specific power of attorney. The person who is actually giving the authority is called as the donor. For example, I am giving authority to my sister. So I am the donor, and the person who is actually acting on the behalf of the donor is called as the donee or the agent. Now, what is the general power of attorney? General power of attorney is actually issued for more than one transaction. So you are not only authorized for only one transaction, it is actually issued for a series of transactions for a from up what you can say, it actually give extensive power to donee. Okay, whereas a specific or limited power of attorney is for a single transaction. So if there is a single transaction which need to be executed, this can be done through a specific or limited power of attorney. If there is more than one transaction, then this can be done via general power of attorney. Power of attorney is a stamped document and executed in front of the public magistrate or government official who is authorized to do so. Power of attorney stand revoked if there is death, insanity of the principal. Principal is the person who is actually giving the power of attorney. Means a person who is authorizing is called as principal, or he or she is called as a donor. A person who is acting on the behalf is known as the donor or the agent. The relationship is of here is of agent and principal. Clear? Okay, now next, if we talk about the rights, banker's lien. What is a banker lien? So, banker lien is the right of the bank to retain possession of the goods until the debt of the later is fully paid. For example, I have some kept my jewelry as a collateral to the bank, and in favor of this jewelry, I have received a loan amount. Now, until my debt is fully repaid, until I have paid my debt fully to the bank has the right to retain possession of that jewelry. Then it is known as banker's lien. Banker's lien is the right of the banker to retain the possession of the goods until the debt of the later is fully paid. Okay, now banker's lien is an implied pledge. It means that bank don't need to specify it externally or specifically or give it in writing or orally. This is an implied pledge. When you are taking the loan, it is understood already that bank will retain the possession of the collateral until the debt is fully paid. Means it shouldn't be expressed explicitly. It is an implied pledge. It is understandable. Okay, instantable. Lien can be of two types. There can be a general lien, there can be a particular lien. General lien and particular lien. For example, I am just giving you an example. Okay, now I have some uh, I actually own a locker in the bank, and in that locker, I have kept my jewelries or documents or anything. Okay, now I have received a loan from the bank. In a general lien, bank can retain the possession of any goods in favor of the loan they have given until the loan is fully paid. It means that not necessarily that the collateral, that bank should retain only the collateral. Bank can retain that locker also. Bank can retain any of my goods until my debt is fully paid. Then it is known as general lien. Whereas in a particular lien, there is the locker which I hold, but I have taken a gold loan from the bank, and for this I have particularly given some necklace to avail that loan. So bank has only the right to retain the possession of that collateral or that good which I have kept to bank in favor of this loan. This is known as particular lien. So a particular lien in which a bank can retain the possession of a particular good which is kept in favor of that loan until the debt is fully paid. Second, if we are talking about the general lien, in general lien, bank can take any good, bank can retain the possession of any good until my debt is fully paid. Clear? Next, there is a right to set off. Now, what is this right to set off? Bank has a right to set off. the debit balance with the credit balance. It means that, for example, I hold two accounts in a bank. Now, one account shows a debit balance of rupees 1000 and another account shows a credit balance of rupees 3000. Now, bank has the right to set off my debit balance of 1000 rupees with credit balance of 3000 rupees in another account. So this is known as the right to set off. A bank can have the right to set off if the bank sees that, okay, one account has a credit and another account has a debit balance. The bank can set off my debit balance with the credit balance. This is known as the right to set off. Now, right to set off can take place in following cases. First of all, if there is any death or insanity of the customer, if there is any insolvency of any partner in the process of winding of a company, if there is a receipt of garnishee order, if there is the notice of assignment to customer credit balance, or if there is any secured mortgage over the security charged to bank. So in any of these cases, bank has the right to set off the debit balance with the credit balance. Already I have explained you what what is garnishee order. So in all these cases, if a bank receives the garnishee order, if there is any death or insanity, or if there is any insolvency, in all these cases, bank has the right to set off the debit balance of the account of the customer with the credit of the balance, or with the credit balance. Okay, next. Third, there is known as the right of appropriation. Now, what is right of appropriation? I'm just giving you again an example. Now, for example, I have my EMIs, okay, my car EMIs, which I have to pay regularly to the bank. Okay, now I have credited some amount in my bank account, or in my bank account. Now, I haven't specified it clearly to the bank that this balance is for a specific reason. Until and unless it is specifically notified to the bank that, okay, this balance is for certain purpose, then it is okay. But if it is not notified to bank, if nothing special is mentioned to the bank has the right to appropriation. Means bank can use that credit amount to cover or to appropriate any of the pending EMIs or loan amount which I have. This is known as right to appropriation. Right to appropriation, if a customer is depositing or crediting any amount in the bank without notifying to bank that, okay, this is for some special reason. If it is notified, then okay. If it is not notified, then bank has right of appropriation. Right of appropriation means that bank can use that credit balance to appropriate or to cover or to credit the any of the pending EMIs or debit balance which I have from that credit balance. This is known as the right to appropriation. Okay, so right to appropriation, first of all, if you are if you are uh, crediting any money to the bank, first of all you should specify. And in case a customer has deposited any amount in the bank without giving an specific reason, the bank can exercise the right of appropriation and apply it in the payment of any loan account. This is known as the right to appropriation. So we have discussed 5 things in this chapter. This is a very short and complete chapter. First of all, there was a mandate. Mandate means the authority which is given in favor of mandatee, means third person, to perform certain act on the behalf of a person. Mandate is an unstamped agreement which is for a short period of time. Second, there is a power of attorney which is actually given authority to the third party for performing on the behalf, completely on the behalf of that person. And a power of attorney is a stamp agreement which is for a longer period of time. The person who's giving the power of attorney, it's called as a principal or donor, and the one person who is actually acting on his or her behalf is called as a donee or the agent. Third, we have discussed what is right of lien or banker's lien. Banker's lien is an implied pledge. Bank has the right to retain the possession of the goods until the debt of the latter is fully paid. Then we have discussed right to set off. The bank has the right to set off the debit balance with the credit balance of the account of the customer. Lastly, there is right to appropriation. If a customer has deposited certain amount in the bank and the purpose of that credit is not specified to the bank can use that balance to settle any loan amount. This is known as the right of appropriation. So I hope that you have all enjoyed this chapter. This is the complete chapter. If you like this session, just please keep on giving feedbacks and rating to the session. 5 is for the best and 1 is for the worst. Thank you for so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Till then, take care everyone. Bye bye guys. Bye guys. Take care.